Hello everyone, it's Jack and Sam from Cultaholic.com. Sorry, the Cultaholic Heavyweight Champion, Sam Driver.
That's it, yeah.
And the Culty in the Bank holder.
Culty in the bank.
Me.
Culty in the bank.
Na 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 na.
Culty in the bank, in the bank.
So, just pop that down because it still smells of paint fumes and I can't breathe. We are delighted to announce that we'll be doing our first ever Impact reactions for Slammiversary 2018 this Sunday. So yes, it looks like a very interesting lineup for the show, and also I should mention as well that for the first time Slammiversary is airing on the Fight app, and if you use the link in the description below, that means that you'll get $15 credit. Lovely. Great stuff. Lovely stuff. Now, of course, as per usual, we have a forfeit for the loser, and that forfeit involves just bloody dressing up.
Well, we need to address the elephant in the room and the fact that I got kicked with footballs. You still haven't done your CM Punk punishment. When are you doing it?
Fear not, because we're going to combine this punishment and the CM Punk one. So if I lose, I'm going to have to do the CM Punk punishment and this one in one.
Right.
And I guess if you lose, you'll just have to stand next to me while I do it. Yeah. So basically, the loser will have to dress as one of three big legends from the equal sort of sized legends, I reckon, in the history of Impact Wrestling. So
back when it was Tana.
What?
Back when it was Tana wrestling.
To see those choices and to vote on them, well, I'll tell you the choices, but to vote on them, head to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Cultaholic. And those choices are a moose, not Moose himself, he wears far too little clothing for us to dress as, but a moose, I guess.
Moose, yeah.
Sting, and the big bad booty daddy himself.
Ain't nothing finer than
Scotty Steiner.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, wonder which one's going to win. So without further ado, let's crack on with all of our Slammiversary predictions. Starting off with Tessa Blanchard versus Allie. Sam, who have you got and why?
Tessa Blanchard, mate.
She's the newer figure.
She's the newer one. She's Tully's daughter. Impact's long been a traditional, respectful company in that sense.
Yeah.
Good old Southern wrestling.
Yeah.
But I just think Tessa's like one of the biggest women's wrestlers on the indie scene right now. I think it makes sense for her to come in and get a big win. And yeah, you know, she signed a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
I think Tessa's going to walk away with the victory. What about you, Jack-osaurus Rex?
I'm going to go straight in with the risk, actually, and take Allie.
Right.
Because I think there's more to this storyline in the future, I guess.
She's the more experienced of the two, I guess. She's
the more well-known to the Impact audience,
yes.
I guess. But she's not as good a wrestler as Tessa. But I think if Ali wins, that may sow the seeds for a bit of a heel turn, because she's a bit of a sugary baby face, and it doesn't go over that well with the crowd all of the time. Maybe if she wins via cheap means, then they can do a double turn. She'll start a turn heel, Tessa will start a turn face. But it's a risky one, but there's way more predictions to come. So I'm going to go with the risk in this one. I'm going to go for Ali.
Risky business.
Risky business. Thy name is Cultaholic. No, makes no sense.
Next up we have LAX with Konnan, Max Moon, versus the OGs, Homicide and Hernandez, with Eddie Kingston in a
5-1-5-0 street fight.
He asked to do that.
Yeah,
didn't even meet his cue.
5-1-5-0. I googled it. It's police code for like dangerous person on the loose. Whoa!
Oh, mental.
Wrestling's hard.
We're going to see a Razor's Edge off the top rope.
Hernandez.
Just flat back bump.
Oh. Now in this match, hopefully a flat back bump, not a bloody neck bump. I'm going to take... Oh, it's a difficult one. Right, okay. Because the OGs are the newer team in Impact. But of course they're not really, because they've appeared in Impact for you. They're very much part of Impact history.
Yes.
Hernandez and Homicide. Who could forget when Homicide got stuck at the top of that big red cage and couldn't get out?
Who can forget when Hernandez...
Then he killed Doug Williams.
When I was at WrestleCon, Hernandez just came into the bathroom and patted me on the back. Was like, all right, man.
Lovely.
And I was like...
Had a bit of a wee-wee next to you.
I never met him before. But,
Lovely.
You know, just a nice guy.
Well, I'm going to go for LAX, because even though the OGs are the new team on the scene...
Yeah.
And even though Eddie Kingston's one of my favourite promo guys in wrestling ever, from back when I used to watch Chikara, he was excellent. Chikara! I think that LAX are going to get the win, but I think something terrible is going to happen to Konnan afterwards.
Ooh, interesting.
I think Eddie Kingston,
Mr. the Jobber.
I just beat the crap out of him.
Jobber. I'm going to go with the OGs. They're making their big glorious return to Impact, and I just don't really like Konnan.
Oh, right, lovely.
Yeah, and...
Oh, yeah. Bless him.
Bless him.
Bless it. Max Moon.
You've heard about AAA.
Yes. The way it's run, yeah. I have.
But no, I just feel like, as a newer, hotter team.
I guess they're the younger team, yeah.
And the heels always chasing, I guess, is like I'll always just associate with Konnan with being just a horrible little heel.
Okay, so you're going to go with the OGs.
Yeah, I think LAX would be better as a chasing team.
This match could be like one of the more exciting ones on the card. I think it's going to be one of the best matches. It's going to be a bit sloppy Joe, but but it's going to be entertaining. Let's move on to the next match. Next up, another hardcore-based match, a House of Hardcore match between Tommy Dreamer, the Legend, and Eddie Edwards, the American Wolf. Ow!
Ow!
Bloody hell. Who have you got and why?
See, I like Tommy Dreamer. I think Tommy Dreamer gets a really unnecessary rap from people saying he's boring.
Oh,
I like Tommy Dreamer. I think he's great. But
he was on Impractical Jokers.
It's a House of Hardcore match. He runs a company called House of Hardcore. I just think he's going to lose it.
It's Tommy Dreamer, yeah.
And it's Dreamer. He seems like a really nice guy. He seems like the type of guy that would put over like a newer upcoming star in a similar vein. And I think, I just think that Dreamer's not going over. So,
yeah.
What about you, good sir?
It's a really difficult one because Eddie Edwards, right?
Yeah.
Like, he used to be a big deal on the indie scene, but then kind of lost prominence when he went to Impact. I think he's a former Ring of Honor champion. He might have challenged for it against Davey Richards, but
there's so many people got swept into that.
He's gonna. Then he went to Impact and sort of got lowered
lost in the shuffle.
And then obviously emerged again, and has now dropped again since the Lashley feud. So, is he going to climb back up again, or is he going to continue to go lower down?
Well, I think a big win over a Legend, like after a really hard fought match, would do that for him. At the same time, you could just job him up to a Legend and see what that does.
I think I'm going to agree with you and go with Eddie Edwards. I think that his whole feud with Sami Callihan means that he's been set up for some comeuppance at some point, because he just totally lost his mind and sort of turned heel, and kind of in a Johnny Gargano way recently, where he's like consumed by anger and stuff. But Callahan's now gone to another feud, which we'll talk about in a bit. So I think Edwards is going to win this one, and then someone else will come along and teach him a lesson a bit later. But I think, yes, I agree with you on this one.
It'll be the Sandman.
It'll be Davey Bloody Richards.
No, it'll be Joel Gertner.
Yes, it will. It'll be
shout out to Joel Gertner.
It'll be Big E dressed as Joel Gertner, as we saw on WWE.
That was so good. I just want to see it. Just once. I just want to want them to let him just do some Gertner shtick.
I don't.
Next up, we have Fenix versus Rich Swann versus Jonathan Impact versus the Bone Soldier himself. Not the original Bone Soldier, but the new one. And they just thought we wouldn't notice. Taiji Ishimori. Who have you got? And Hawaii.
This is a really hard one to call. Maybe the hardest on the whole show.
Yeah.
Because feasibly any of the guys could win. Excuse me. You've got Ishimori, who's obviously getting hot in New Japan.
Yeah.
You've got Rich Swann, who's just returned to the wrestling scene after all the controversy. You've got Johnny Impact, who often just wins in various promotions because he's a big name.
Yeah.
And you've got Fenix, who's been picking up momentum as well, and is Pentagon's brother. So
yeah,
I honestly don't know. Normally, I wouldn't predict Ishimori, just because I know that often, just from our knowledge of being in the biz, right?
In the biz.
That New Japan,
in the biz.
Understandably, New Japan are often reluctant to let other companies job their guys out.
Yeah.
So I think they might have gone, don't job out Ishimori, so that's why they've put him in a multi-man match, so they can have him lose but not take the fall.
Yeah, so he's not going to look weak for losing.
But I actually think he's going to win.
Really?
I think that because of Don Callis and the whole New Japan link,
oh, you might be right.
I think that they might be really concerned with putting over and making a New Japan guy look strong to try and woo
bolster
more
the relationship.
and woo more New Japan guys over. It's not a very exciting prediction in terms of the wrestling action. I've just gone totally political with this one. But I think Taiji Ishimori could pick up the win, but I say that without much confidence. Sam?
I'm going to go for Johnny Impact.
It's a sensible shout.
It's a safe shout. I think, they're really behind him. He's changed his name for them.
Yes, he did.
He went down to the registry office and sorted it all out. And he's just an exciting guy to watch. And still, even though he's getting on, he can just bust
he can
it
still
out.
move.
He can still
yeah.
bust it out. So
He's also your mate.
Yeah, and he is.
Talked about cameras.
Talked to him about cameras for about 20 minutes. It was great.
I wasn't there, but apparently he was lovely.
Yeah, he was really sound.
And I'm obviously mates with Melina, so it's just works. No, I can't. Oh no.
Also, obviously, Impact have a working relationship with Lucha Underground.
Oh yes.
Johnny Impact is going to be Johnny Mundo again in Lucha Underground season 4.
I was so fixated on the New Japan partnership.
Yep.
I've just totally forgot.
So there's 2 partnerships at work in this match.
There is.
Yes. So I'm going to go for Jonathan Q Impactoruni.
I'm going to stick with Ishimori. Next up, a match I'm very much looking forward to. Pentagon Jr. versus Sami Callihan. And it's not any normal match, Sam. It's mask versus hair.
Whoa. Luchas de Apuestas.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
A wager match, a bargain, a deal. Who have you gone for and why?
Nefia, mate.
Nefia. Come on, I'm not scared about me, eh?
I can't see Penta losing his mask. I just can't. I can't.
It's like Jay White again. Yeah, I once nicked a milk float and drove it into the Dean.
I sparked a granny. I nicked a building society book.
Sometimes I've gone to the library and just drawn the pages.
Just little dicks.
Jay White's not on this card. Sorry, you've gone for Pentagon.
I've gone for Pentagon. I just don't see Penta losing his mask. I just don't. And Sami Callihan has lovely, luscious, long hair.
Well, he's got long hair, but it's not luscious.
And it's ripe for cutting. So, and he's about to go on a cruise, so long hair might make him sweaty.
Yeah.
So, heard it here first. Sami Callihan is getting his head shaved. Or it'll be a schmoz or something, and it'll just OVE will get involved, and he won't shave his hair, or something will happen. But Callihan is losing.
I think OVE are going to get involved, but I'm going to agree with you and go with Pentagon still. I think OVE will get involved, and then maybe Fenix or maybe some other Lucha Underground lad will come out and help Pentagon, and he'll win.
Yeah,
I agree. I think Sami Callihan losing his hair is much less of a big deal than.
Just imagine all the lights go down. It's like a pivotal point in the match. OVE have come in, Penta's on the floor. All the lights go down. They come back up and there's just Drago sat there in his rubber mask. Just, alright.
I'm a dragon. I was expecting you to say someone really outlandish there. IRS is sat there. I think Pentagon's going to win and keep his mask, because we've seen his mask get torn and stuff in matches and kind of ripped off, especially in the match I'm thinking of with Vampiro in Lucha Underground. I think it was Ultima Lucha 1. But I don't think he's going to lose it outright. I think Sami Callihan getting his hair cut is not as big a deal as Pentagon losing his mask. He's one of the most famous mask wrestlers in the world today.
Yeah, and losing a mask is a very, very big deal.
Yes.
Like, you can't put your mask back on.
Unless you're Rey Mysterio, you can't do it.
Yeah, unless you've got to, like, ask forgiveness to do it. But, unless you're, like, Psychosis. But you just needed that mask, though.
But I think I agree with you. I think the Pentagon is going to win.
Next up, we have a match for the XXX Division Championship.
So extreme! So extreme!
The X is for extreme. Between Matt Sydal, current reigning champion, and Widdy Biddy Big Bad Boy, Brian Cage.
So large.
Who has you got, and why's?
Big Bad Brian Cage. Because look at them. There's no way Matt Sydal's going to win a fight with him. No.
But he's not. He's not an X Division guy.
He's not, but Samoa Joe used to hold the X Division belt.
True.
But then Samoa Joe used to be a lot more flippy than he is these days.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to stick with Brian Cage, because I think even though the X Division has largely been about smaller guys, it's not always been exclusive. Samoa Joe used to win it, but it's been a long time, I think, since we had a bigger X Division champion. And I think the novelty of that and the fun that it'll bring, seeing Brian Cage just launch lads around the ring when he's defending it, means that he's going to win. I think we're going to see a title change. I think Brian Cage is going to win the belt. Sam, who have you got and why?
I think you just swayed me there.
Oh, are you going to go for Sydal?
I was going to go for Sydal, because flippy guy, flippy belt. But I agree, there hasn't been a larger X Division champion in a while, especially one that will just be like, nope, and just love guys everywhere. Brian Cage.
Next up, the Knockouts Championship match between the defending champion, Su Yung, and the challenger, the far more experienced and well-known in Impact, Madison Rayne. But will that sway you, Sam? Who have you got and why?
Madison Rayne is very experienced. Is a former,
she's a five-time Knockouts champion.
But the company's so behind Su Yung at the minute. So behind her. All the press releases, all of the posters, everything.
She's very unique.
She's very unique, and she's very central. And she's great. So I'm going to go with Su Yung.
I'm going to go for Madison Rayne, and it's another risky one. Honestly, the 2 women's matches are my 2 biggest gambles on these predictions. But I think that because of Slammiversary, they're going to make a big statement, and the 3 big title matches, I think, could potentially see 3 big title changes.
It is one of the bigger shows, so...
Yes, but this is the one I'm least confident on. But then Madison Rayne winning the belt is a big comeback story. You know, it's like when. Oh, that's a really bad example. I was going to say it's like when Cena wins the belt again. Everyone's like, hooray! But it's like an old timer or an older timer. She's not older by any stretch of the imagination, but a more experienced veteran of the company winning the belt again. And then I think Su Yung can get some sort of horrible revenge at Bound for Glory because she's a bit more evil right now. Bit more of a mysterious character, but I don't know. No, I'm going to go with Madison Rayne. Madison Rayne is my pick. Oh, God.
And now, finally, for the main event for the Impact World Championship, Austin Aries.
No. We're not predicting Austin Aries, Sam. I'm sure we're both going to go for the challenger. Moose! The man of the hour! Moose! Come on, Moose! We believe. We're both obviously going for Moose. We believe in you so much, Moose. You've got to win, otherwise.
Win, Moose,
what's the point if he doesn't win? What's the point? That little toe rag Austin Aries thinks he can beat you. You're a former NFL offensive lineman or defensive offensive lineman.
Player.
Moose. I want to see him strut down that ramp, playing the air guitar on the belt,
asking if you're ready to party.
Are you ready to showing up at shows where he's not booked just so he can hang out with the boys backstage. Moose. Asking me for my McDonald's chips, the greedy bastard. Come on, Moose. I believe in you, old friend.
Moose!
Come on, Moose. Get in there, win the belt for us. Moose is coming home. He's coming home.
He's coming home. He's coming.
Moose is coming home, yeah. and that's our predictions for Slammiversary 2018 taking place this Sunday. Once again, check out the link in the description to watch it via the Fight app, and you can get $15 free credit. Moose! Also check out Patreon to vote on the punishment. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. I've been Jack. You can follow me on Twitter at JackTheJobber.
I've been Sam. You can follow me on Twitter at LessDefined.
You can follow all of us generally on Cultaholic at Cultaholic. Check out our website too, cultaholic.com. And thank you very much for watching. And never forget to moose!